All right, guys, this is Never Press Pause, Episode 8. I am Bill Yarnell, a.k.a. Yarnasty590. To my left, we have...
Lyle Bailey, gamer tag LBX.
And to my right...
I thought he had to remember who he was for a
second. I am Ron Burgundy.
Trick question. Jeremy Grant, KYK78.
And guys, like I said, this is Episode 8. We will be running our Facebook live. We'll be running our Facebook while we are podcasting from now on. So feel free to hit us up. We will let you guys know when we are in studio. Hit us up with any questions or comments that you guys may have or concerns, and we'll try to answer them on air. And we'll try to put that up once an hour just to get some refresh and anybody else that gets on there. And feel free to hit us up. We'll answer those on air while we're talking, and we'll go from there. So don't forget to hit us up on our Facebook. You can also find us at neverpresspause@yahoo.com. That is our email. You can find us on our website at neverpresspause.com or on BriaOnline.com. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at neverpresspause. Well, with that being said, this is Episode 8. I could not be happier, guys. We are running through episodes. We're rolling. We're rolling.
We're to 8 now.
8. Could you imagine when we did this? What I mean,
it
how
was
long
back
ago
in
was it?
February.
I remember when I used to walk through a foot of snow to record episode 1.
You went both ways. You didn't walk anywhere.
Both ways.
You didn't go anywhere because we came to your house and we put a microphone.
Yeah, we had my PS2 SOCOM mic
sitting in the middle
on
of an ottoman,
and all three of us gathered around it.
And little did we know that Mr. Hembree would have us in studio with the green screen behind us.
You think he hacked my computer and found it?
I think he was like the Matrix. He was looking for you.
Yeah.
So follow the White Rabbit.
You're the one.
You were the one. So could not thank him more, guys. I couldn't thank you guys more. Really, I can't thank you guys more out there, the fans. We do this for you. More importantly, we do it for us because we kind of wanted to try and see what it would be like. We are having an absolute blast, but really thank you to the studio.
And I've got to say, I know Chad told us, he was like, people are going to come up to you and be like, oh, you're the Never Press Pause guy or whatever. And I know, our kids come up to us, or it happened to me the other day at the Spoonbread Festival. I had people coming up and they're like, oh, you're the Never Press Pause, or the Press Pause dude. And I was like, there are people who know who I am?
I have a cousin who lives in Tennessee, and he called me the other day. He said, hey, I was checking out Facebook, and I clicked on your profile and saw you had a podcast. I listened to it. He's like, it's pretty good.
Yeah, and maybe it's because there are friends and whatnot that we're talking to about it right now. But everybody seems to be enjoying it, seems to think it's pretty funny. Like I said, guys, we do it for you. We do it for us, but I'm having a blast doing it. I could not thank you two enough for coming along on this little journey of mine and making this come true. It's those little goals in life that make you happy, but this is one of them, and I am having an absolute wonderful time doing it. So we will keep coming to you with Never Press Pause until Chad kicks us out of the studio and tells us never to come back. All right, well, with that being said, let's get into what you've been playing, and let's start off with G-Baby today. G-Baby, what you been playing?
I know people are going to get to the point where they're just like, guys, you've got to start playing something else. But I said several episodes ago, I'm not going to download Starcraft II until I have some time to play. And I finally got it. And I played the demo and did some campaign stuff, and I got another 7-hour pass, and I've been playing Starcraft II. And now I will say, it is very different than the first StarCraft, because I played the first StarCraft 9-10 years ago and thought I was pretty decent at it. And you play StarCraft 2, you get on that multiplayer, and it's just you're getting railed, and you got to look at your build orders, and I'm trying out different build orders, and I'm not nearly as to the nerd level of these two with StarCraft.
He's got SPUs just sitting there. You got a guy that's doing nothing.
It's fun. It's a good game, and it's one that definitely you look up at the clock and you're like, holy crap, an hour's gone by, and I don't even know it. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. I've done more campaign than I have anything, but yeah, I knew I was gonna like StarCraft. I was kind of the one telling these guys, like, look, StarCraft is gonna hook you in, and it did, and I know that it'll hook me in until about October when New Vegas comes out, and I'll be playing it a lot.
Glad to hear he's finally on board. Yeah. Glad to hear you jumped on that train. Because this train's a rolling. Okay, get off the tracks or you're gonna get run over. Is what I'm saying. I'm with you. I'm still playing StarCraft.
Yep.
GOM TV showing the tournament. They're to the finals should be by now. By the time this airs, should be over for that first month. And they're doing 3 more this year alone, and then every month they're gonna have a tournament.
We should just go to Korea.
Korea, buy your own ticket, and you can try to play into the tournament, top 64. And it was like what, $85,000 for the first tournament alone for the winner.
That's pretty good.
So and that's American money, 250, whatever. Pesos is that what yen, whatever they're using in Korea for currency. It was like 250,000 of those. So, pretty good money in there. Pretty exciting stuff. I don't know why I'm enjoying watching other people play video games as much as I am, but I really do enjoy it. So, StarCraft II has been on my plate once again. I'm waiting. I know Halo Reach is out there. I am waiting for Black Ops. I am waiting for Black Ops and a little Fallout New Vegas. So I'm going to hold off on my purchases. And once that Black Ops comes out with the new games and multiplayer games, I'm really looking forward to that. So, like I said, I've been playing StarCraft, been still working on those challenges, man. They're tough. And I've actually been working on using the Zerg, trying to build up my Zerg army and go out there and attack the computer for practice. It is fun to use somebody different than Terran every time. So I have been enjoying making up my own games.
This is the part where my mom is like, I saw your new podcast. I don't understand anything you're talking about, so I just fast forwarded through it.
I bet your mom would be a Protoss player if she played.
Probably. My mom would mess us up on some Diner Dash stuff.
She's Flo.
Yeah.
So that's what we've been playing a little StarCraft. No, not a little, a lot when I can. And,
I've been playing some StarCraft, but big Halo Reach got it this week, this week or last week. Last week. Got Halo Reach. It's a Halo game. There's enough difference from Halo 3 to make it a new game. There's some new game types.
Why don't you tell us about some of those game types? Because hearing you talk about it, I'm pretty excited. I just want to buy it.
You still got your Team Slayer, Team SWAT, stuff like that, and I haven't really got that much into it. But there's a new mode called Invasion, and if you've played Battlefield Bad Company 2, it's kind of like that game.
Can you spawn on teammates and stuff?
Yes, you can spawn on teammates as long as they're not in battle.
Pretty big map?
Once it all opens up, yeah. So you got a first base to guard. All right, you're the elites, and the Spartans or whatever they're called come in, and you're trying to guard a base. And basically, getting the first base is staying in a little area for so many seconds. Once they've captured that base, your spawn point moves back to another base, and you have to hold that one down. And then the last thing you got to do is hold down a base that has an object in it. So their job is to get that object out of the base and take it to a safe area. And it's usually it's pretty far away from
almost like capture the flag thrown into
pretty much, yeah, except when you hold this big thing, you're slower. You can't shoot.
Can you melee?
You can't melee. You
So you're just a carrier.
Yeah. But the maps are pretty big. There's this one map called Spire that's basically like a 100-story building, and you have to get the object from the top of that building down to the ground and to a base, which basically you run off it and kill yourself, and you get it down on the ground, and hopefully somebody's there to pick it up and take it. But there's vehicles on it and everything, and it's just a fun mode, especially if your whole team is friends. But on this new Halo, you can customize your character. For the multiplayer, you can choose what they look like, the colors, the armor. There's some different armor things to unlock, but it's pretty good. But if you were good at the old Halo, you'll be good at this one. The shooting and stuff like that's not really changed that much.
So G-Baby's going to be awesome at it. Halo Reach is what we're going to get him for Christmas.
But the big twist is your special abilities. There's like 5 different special abilities to choose from. There you can sprint now, which to me makes a huge difference in Halo.
Yeah, I hate it going back and forth.
So if you're in the middle of a fight, your shields are going down, you can hit the sprint button and just get out of the area. And if they don't have sprint, they're not going to catch you. It's quite a bit faster. There's an armor lock ability where if your shields are going down, you slam your fist to the ground, you hit a button, and you're indestructible. You can't move or nothing. You're just like a statue, and but it only lasts for maybe 10 seconds. And what I use it for is to bait the other team to come near me and they're sitting there waiting for you to come out of armor lock. And then my teammates kind of surround them and get them while I'm in armor lock. That's pretty
Very nice.
Or I'll throw a grenade. They're all coming at me. I'll go armor lock. My grenade doesn't kill me, and it'll get them. So
that's pretty cool. Actually,
yeah.
That sounds pretty cool. So it's almost like upgrades or something like that, or it's automatic. You just got to pick which one you want.
You choose which one you want. It doesn't tell you which ones you have to use. There's a shield you can throw down. There's a couple. In being invisible, kind of like a stealth mode that you can use. And the only thing is you have to be still to be invisible. So you can hide around corners and they won't see you, and, if they come around you. So it's enough of a different game to definitely warrant a purchase if you're a Halo fan.
So the more I hear you guys talk about it and the kids are playing it, it's not even kids, Abner and Milk Dud, they are wearing it out. They love this game. And, the more I hear you talk about it, and I know Fendrix has been playing the bejeebies out of it, I liked Halo 3. I did. It was my first multiplayer experience.
The story mode, I've only played a few levels, but it's really good.
So
you're playing more of with a team, and all the other Halos is your Master Chief running and gunning by yourself.
Right.
This one, you've got a squad that you're running with.
Huh.
And there's a firefight mode, kind of if you like Nazi zombies, you'll like the firefight mode.
We love us some Nazi zombies. Love it, some Nazi zombies. All right, so Halo Reach and some go figure, some more Starcraft. So, well, that's what we've been playing. What have we been watching? Let's go ahead and go right back to you, LBX. What you been watching this week?
New show on HBO. It actually started last week.
Right.
Boardwalk Empire.
Boardwalk Empire.
It is pretty much set in the 1920s, Atlantic City, kind of crooked government officials in with the mob, making some deals with the mob, and the story's kind of following young gangsters. Who's one of them?
Well, Steve Buscemi is the main guy.
But one of the early young mobsters who's not Al Capone. He's one of the characters in it.
Okay.
But he's not the Al Capone yet. He's just a young guy kind of getting started. Pretty much a driver in this story.
Do you think it's going to follow him up till he goes to
he's
Chicago?
He's not really the main character, but it's kind of based in New York, Atlanta City, and it did go to Chicago some.
Okay.
But I think it's going to kind of follow them as they come up to become
big-time gangsters.
Big-time gangsters. But this first episode kind of was laying out the groundwork, introducing you to every character. The law that no alcohol sales. Prohibition had in this episode, it just started.
It's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, and of course, the first night, they're making plans on how to get alcohol in and sell it and stuff like that. And the young Al Capone and his buddy in the show, I forgot his name, but their first big crime is to steal the alcohol from the people that's
already taking it away from them.
Taking it, selling it illegally. So,
now, I saw the previews as soon as you had told me you were getting ready to watch it, and it had come on, and it looked pretty action-packed. It looked pretty good. Almost to me, it sounds like Sopranos meets, what was the West show they did? Deadwood. It's almost sounding Sopranos meets Deadwood-ish.
It's set in the 20s, so a lot of stuff's different. But, yeah, it's kind of like 1920 Sopranos, probably.
Gotcha. I got you.
Not as hardcore as Deadwood at all, though.
I do like the Never Press Pause group right here, the three of us, because one of us will stop and ask a question, and one of the two of us will always, right there, just bam. Yeah, I got you. I got your back on that one. So always covering each other's backs on the questions we can't answer ourselves.
The main character kind of in the show, besides Steve Buscemi, is that kid from, is it Funny Games? You've seen Funny Games, right?
Yeah.
Have I?
The two boys that...
the kid that played...
Funny Games is the one where they go to a rich house and pretty much torment the family.
It's a scary movie. I haven't seen it. It's suspenseful. I don't watch it. Yeah.
That's
okay.
Michael Pitt. He was in Murder
by Numbers with...
And he's one of the Al Capone's friends that's wanting to become... big time.
He reminds me of like an emo cutter kid. Like, I don't know why. Every time I see him,
I think he probably did the best job in the pilot episode.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
I know they were like some of the reviews are just like we don't really buy Steve Buscemi as like the head of this mafia outfit.
I could see that.
And I can see that too because I saw the first episode.
Did you like it?
I thought it was okay. It was slow. I expected more out of it. But I think I went into it expecting a Sopranos type story, and this, the pacing is a lot slower.
I do think, though, that as the season goes, it'll pick up. Oh, the guy that plays Al Capone is the guy from Snatch. Not Turkish, but his little running buddy.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about, and I could definitely picture him. I don't know the character's name, but I can definitely picture him playing a young Al Capone.
That's
little,
who it is.
Little chubby kid, little chubby guy. Yeah. And the Dags.
The Germans.
You get the Dags?
What's wrong? You think the Germans will get you?
The caravan? Yeah, give me my caravan. All right, so that's what you've been watching, and I really do want to see it. Of course, what I'll see it on is the Netflix, and I'll catch up on it.
You
all
could
in
just. It's been one episode. They were we play it all week.
If you talk to me about my TV watching style,
I will 2 or 3 episodes.
I will bash you in the head with the hammer. So that's what we've been that's what we've been. Oh wow, I'm way off. We've already done what you've been playing. You started what you've been watching. Now we're gonna bounce it over to Grant. Grant, what you been watching?
I watched the movie. I'm gonna recommend nobody else watch it.
Ever?
Yeah. Because I was talking with y'all about it earlier, but Michael Cera in Youth in Revolt.
I don't know why you're hating.
Like I had some high hopes for this movie. Zach Galifianakis was in it. Michael Cera doing what Michael Cera does, and was just. Extremely
all he does.
But it's the thing of here's Michael Cera trying to play against Michael Cera type, and it just, to me, it didn't work. I thought there was some witty writing. There were some things in it that I thought were amusing, but overall, it's one of those movies that it just kind of rambled. There really wasn't a lot of point to it, and even at the end of the movie, I was like, really, that's what it was. So. I would not recommend. Recommend it at all. And I'm usually a fan of kind of more thoughtful. You got to think about it.
All right, let's go back to our Redbox $1 or the free pass.
Okay, what do? Don't even use $1 or the free pass on it.
You are banning this movie.
Yeah,
I like how that's.
It wasn't that funny.
I enjoyed it for the most part. Rental definitely Netflix. I didn't mind getting it on my queue. I don't know why you guys are hating on him so much. He's funny. I like him.
He's good. I'm just starting to get.
He's good in Juno.
I'm starting to Juno super bad, but I'm just starting let's play something else.
I don't know if he can.
Maybe he's a one-trick pony.
At this point, I don't think he can.
Typecast now, so
unless another Arrested Development season.
What? Yeah, that was a good. That's one I wish would a TV show would make a movie right there. That should have been the question from episode 7. All right, so didn't like that. What else you been watching? Anything else?
I saw the new Lewis Black stand-up DVD that was just out on Comedy Central. It's pretty funny, but the thing with Lewis Black is, he's going to yell, he's going to rant, and he's going to say some funny stuff. But this one, it seemed more like
political.
Yeah, I'm just going to tell you some crap that's going on in my life, and my parents did this, and my dad did that, and it took a lot longer to get to anything funny. And I'm a big Lewis Black guy.
I don't like being yelled at.
But I was kind of disappointed.
Do a lot of yelling.
I was kind of disappointed with it.
Speaking of comedians, we have Tosh.0 coming to Richmond in the near future. So maybe we could get a Facebook group started with that. And Tosh.0 to be on our podcast, do a 5-minute interview with us. How freaking awesome would that be? The men from Never Press Pause interviewing Daniel Tosh live.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool. So maybe we'll start a Facebook group and we'll get that going. Well, guys, that will bring it to our first break for episode 8. When we get back, we'll check out what I've been watching. And don't forget, this is Never Press Pause, episode 8. We'll be right back after this break. And we are back with Never Press Pause, episode 8. Right before the break, we were checking out what Grant had been watching, and definitely recommends not seeing Youth in Revolt. So, like I said, it wasn't. I didn't think it was as bad. He hated it. You didn't like it, so we'll go with that. Now, what I've been watching, I've been catching up on my DVR every now and again, is The Colony. You guys seen The Colony yet?
Was that
where they dropped the
what channel? Is it A&E or one of
the History Channel or Discovery Channel or something?
Yeah,
it's This is the second one. Now they've done this twice. They supposedly drop them off inside of, after a nuclear holocaust or something has gone wrong, and they're like survivors, and there's not a lot of them left, and it's pretty exciting. I think, to me, it would be a little more real if the people would actually fight and I'm guessing in a survival situation. It's basically a survival situation for real instead of playing games and trying to catch the idol and not get kicked off the island. It's more like, hey, if you don't go find food, you're going to starve.
But it's not real, is it?
Yeah, like they're literally living out of
They're
this.
not actors.
No, they're not actors.
Sure.
They really dropped a nuke, didn't they?
Yeah, they really, like half of Florida's been. No, actually, right now they're outside of where Hurricane Katrina had hit, and half of the United States is gone, and we've just never been told about it. I like it, but I wish they would really fight. Like, if I got a nail in a board and this guy's coming in to take some of my food, like, you're going to get hit with that, and I'm going to try to hurt you. But they kind of just are, like, pushing, and this one guy got maced and stuff like that. It's a pretty good show, though, to see how people interact, and they brought some newcomers in a while back, and like I said, it's pretty interesting to see how people act, and then they have these specialists that tell you what would actually happen in a situation like that, supposedly, like what they think would happen in a situation like that. But like I said, pretty interesting show. I'd seen it watching a marathon of something on A&E or Discovery or whatever channel it's on, and I really did enjoy it. So other than The Colony, I've definitely been watching The Mentalist, been watching the reruns, getting ready for the first episode.
So you'll watch that?
I will watch The Mentalist.
Okay.
I will watch The Mentalist. It's coming out. Actually, by the time this airs, the first episode should have aired. So, The Mentalist, I absolutely love it. I know you are a big Psych fan.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to get into it with you about it. I mean, I know how you feel, and it's a ripoff, but I think the guy in The Mentalist is a lot better looking than the two from Psych.
James Roday. Yeah,
So,
I'll give you
I mean, he's handsome.
He's a little Dulé Hill, though.
So, but I really do enjoy The Mentalist. I like his little quirkiness, his little quick one-liners. So, that's what I've been watching. The Colony and The Mentalist. Been catching up with some DVR stuff like that. So enjoying that, and that is going to do it for what we've been watching and what we've been playing. All right. You know what? What's grinding your gears, feller? What's grinding your gears?
I feel like I'm always the one.
Well, you're the negative one of the group.
Yeah, this is true. I'm the negative Nancy.
Negative.
Contentious.
It's Debbie Downer.
Xbox Live, they came out and announced, hey, we're going to raise our live subscription price by $10. So now you're looking at what, $60 a year?
Is it 60 or 69?
It was 49.
Yeah, so now it's 59, $60, and I don't necessarily have a problem with this as far as the $60 gets you everything on Xbox Live. My problem is not only is Xbox Live raising their price, EA Sports has already said, we're doing this Gamer Pass thing. You got to pay, if you rent a game, you got to pay $5. If you buy a game used, you got to pay $5. Activision, Bobby Kotick has basically said, yeah, eventually Call of Duty is going to do this. You're going to pay $5 or $10. So now I'm not only paying $10 more for Xbox Live, but now I'm going to have to pay $10 for Black Ops and $5 for NCAA football and $5 for this. And the next thing you know, you're spending $35, $45 just to play games that you're already paying $60 to play games.
You don't think they'll add that to the price of the game? They're not. No. Is that not a possibility?
I don't think they will at all. I think if anything, you'll see them say, "Okay, for your $60, we'll give you, a free month or 3 free months."
Now, what if they said, "All right, we're going to sell Call of Duty for $39 now, but we're going to charge you $5 a month just to play the online."
For $5 a month, I think that would be. Better.
If the game was cheaper.
I think that would be better because you could justify, okay, I'm not paying $60 to play a game and $60 to use the service to play the game, and then another $5 a month to do that. Which it's not $5 a month for the Gamer Pass on EA. It's you pay $5, you get a code, you can play as much as you want. I think that's what we're looking at is $5-10 you get to play this game online. And really with Xbox Live, what are we getting charged that much money for? The ability to play games online. And then they'll say, well, with Netflix and Facebook and Twitter and all the games on demand and these other things, cost of operation is going up. We've got to spend more money. And I wish if they were going to raise the price, they would say, okay, we're going to offer now they have Xbox Live Silver and Xbox Live Gold. I wish they'd say, hey, we're going to do Xbox Live Platinum. You get all of this stuff that you get now for $60 a month, and for $40 a month, you can't use Facebook and Twitter. I don't hardly ever use my Facebook or Twitter.
I tried to get on it one night, and then I was like,
the Twitter's pretty cool.
The Twitter is cool. I like the way it looks, but I mean, if you said, okay, I'm going to save you a few bucks and not give you Twitter, I'm not going to worry about it.
What about the game room?
That they've stopped
epic
doing.
Fail.
Yeah.
Epic fail, Xbox. Thank you so much.
I think
I got a dragon avatar piece out of it.
But I just, the reason it grinds my gears and gets on my nerves is that where you keep raising the price, and they said, okay, if you are a silver member and you want to upgrade to gold, you can do this special where you sign up and we'll only charge you $29.99 for the first year. But if you're a gold member, you don't get that deal.
No, you got to re-up every year.
Yeah, the gold members, we don't get a discount. I don't get a $30 discount fee. They've already got my gold membership. They're not worried about me.
Right.
So that's the thing too, is customer loyalty wise. We've been on live. I've been on live for close to 2 years now. You've been on it for probably 2.5. Bailey's been on it since it existed.
I helped form it.
You were
so
founding father.
I mean, you look at people like you. We should be getting the break. It just seems like this is a way for them to get those silver members to jump up to gold, and the people that have been playing it forever, they're just like, it's $10 more.
Well, the only argument I see that the game developers have is once they've sold their game, like once they sell Call of Duty, the only way they make money after that is map packs.
Well, but see,
in Xbox, Microsoft's making these, making all the money off live because they're the one charging the monthly thing.
Right.
So the developer's like, why is Xbox making all this money off our game? And I can kind of see that, but like Call of Duty did sell map packs, and they did sell like crazy, and they sold millions of map packs for $15.
Yeah, but not only that, how much money are they? I mean, they sold 5 million copies of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 in like a week's time. 5 million discs.
Yeah.
It costs probably 30 cents to make a CD like that. All the other money's put up in something else just to make that itself. The packaging around that game costs more than the CD itself and the data on it. Once it's written on there, the way they do it nowadays. So how are you not turning a ginormous profit?
Yeah, but
the fat man's trying to get fatter. You know what I'm saying?
If you run a business, can you make too much money?
I can hit somebody with a hammer.
Or if somebody else is making, I'm just playing devil's advocate here. But,
I got you.
If you're running a business and somebody's making money off you and you're not getting a cut of that, wouldn't that kind of make you mad?
Yeah, I see. And I saw your point when you were saying it. Yeah, and I totally understand, but it drives me nuts. I mean,
my thing. So games, used to cost $40. Then it went to $50. Then it went to $60. And then now they're putting out the limited edition Call of Duty that they'll sell for $80 or $90. And then they put out map packs for $15. And I think Activision may have figured out people aren't going to pay $15 for map packs, because I was just looking and it said that the map packs underperformed what they thought they were going to sell. Because I know I bought the first one and I was like, the maps aren't that great. They gave us decent maps, but it's not worth $15.
You talking about Modern Warfare 2?
Yeah. Especially
when they do 2 old ones.
Yeah,
that they don't
especially
even
when
have
they
to
give
redo.
you old maps, and they're like, "Oh, we changed some of the things."
We made it night.
That blade of grass wasn't there in the original one.
Oh, this room, it only had 2 windows, and now there's another window on the second floor. And I'm sure, for hardcore guys, that's something great, but for somebody,
Fendrix likes to go around and find
somebody
likes
that
finding pictures.
Yeah, that I just want to jump in and play the game and go run around and shoot some people. I could care less about that stuff. And I think I've figured out $15. That's my breaking point. I'm not going to pay that for DLC. But I think
we bought the first map pack.
I've still yet to buy the second.
We didn't buy that.
We didn't buy the second one.
I
think the thing is,
hold strong on that.
There gets to be a point where you start looking at it as, I'm not buying a video game. It's not an investment that I'm making. if you play Fallout 3, you don't have to buy any of the DLCs, and you can play for hours and hours, and there is no multiplayer.
Not hours and hours, like gazillion hours.
Yeah,
I mean, literally forever.
I have a problem with kind of being nickeled and dimed. That's my main problem.
But that's where video games are going. We talked about that in like one of our first episodes. Is that's where it's going. 5 or 6 hours for $15 of gameplay.
Well, that's
or for $15.
I mentioned
for 5 or
it
6 hours
right
of
at the end when we were talking about new releases in the last one. But when that Cera, $5 for, honestly, you get 5 or 6 hours of gameplay. I mean, that's a great deal, and it's a pretty good game.
Now, with that, downloadable content, can you go back and start over and do it again?
Yeah. The thing with the Dead Rising 2 Cera is if you download the game, then if you get to a certain level, then you can take that level into the actual game with you.
Okay. And like you said, $5. I wouldn't have a problem, pushing that out, right? And it just makes those Microsoft
I blow my
points.
nose with $5 bills.
Yeah, you just making it rain, son. So Xbox Live price going up. You're a little heated.
Well, I think you were a sucker anyway if you're paying $49 for it. You could go almost anywhere and buy Amazon and get it for under $40.
Amazon was running deals all the time. You get a $30 and get the card for $30,
and actually right now on Xbox Live when I logged in, it said, "Hey, do you want to renew for $29?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Yes, I do.
And that's Microsoft doing it. Pretty much.
When does the price increase go up? Do we know a date?
Next month.
So October.
Yeah.
Okay.
But $29, and it doesn't renew till mine is done, which is in like December.
Yeah, mine's in like May. I think mine's a summertime renewal. So,
but they are saying that they expect here in the next 2 or 3 weeks you're going to see a lot of places run specials on the cards, so that people
won a free year
can drive the sales.
Off a contest on Xbox.
What? Yeah. I still want to get that Toy Box game.
Toy Soldiers?
Yeah, Toy Soldier game.
I'm sure it'll be out with new DLC for it.
I'm sure it'll go on sale. Like it'll be a deal of the week pretty soon.
I really want to get that one. I that always won. I had fun playing.
Xbox Live is getting ready to start their fall. What do they call it? Fall Game Fest or something. And there's some pretty decent
fall festival.
Yeah, something like that. But there's some pretty decent games coming out on that. So.
All right, so grinding your gears and getting you all fired up. As well, but you guys, we've not even talked about the economy and just, how bad everything's doing anyways. Prices are going up for everything else. Why would we not expect for our video games and our Xbox Live and everything else to go up, though? Really, if we look at it in the big picture, it just kind of makes sense. It's just been a little bit longer than some other stuff.
It does, and I think we've noticed a lot of really good games come out in the last year or two, and I think we've seen fewer of these kind of crap budget games come out because I think people have realized people aren't going out and buying video games like they used to. And that's why you see Toys R Us and these places running buy one, get one 50% off specials all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Because, if I'm going to go spend $60 for a game, I'm going to put my time. I want to make sure I'm buying something good. Or I can go to Blockbuster and rent it. Or Gamefly or whatever. So, I think these game producers are finally figuring out, if you're selling a $60 game, there needs to be $60 worth of content there.
Time. And now, are you judging that on time? Time is your content, or is it?
No, I'll play a short game if it is a good game. Because like Splinter Cell Conviction's a short game, but that game was pretty awesome.
Yeah, you really seem to like it. It's kind of what I was thinking about was. For some reason, even back in the day, it was a lot of money, but Top Gun for Nintendo. Absolutely. I think we've talked about this too, but, you couldn't land on the aircraft carrier to finish the mission, and then you could never, if you did happen to do that, you never were able to refuel anyways. So, one board and then maybe the second one, and that was about all she wrote for that game. And
I remember there for a while, some Genesis and Super Nintendo games were $69. I bought Street Fighter Turbo 2. It was $69
I bet
for
your
Sega
mom was
Genesis.
really happy about that.
Birthday present, what I'm saying?
What up? So, with all that factored in.
Birthday, you know what I'm saying?
I hear you. So that's what we got grinding our gears. right, guys, and we are back from break, and we are going to jump right into our new releases. I'm looking at newsfeed and new releases, and we're going to jump into new releases. And Grant, take us away.
Okay, we've got the new. It's not called the new, but it's the new Karate Kid.
The newness.
Yeah.
What? You loved it.
Jaden Smith, Will Smith produced, Jackie Chan starring, which Bailey talked about how it was one of his best movies of the summer a few podcasts ago.
But it was a very good movie. We all enjoyed watching it.
We enjoyed it. Cobra Kai never die.
They never do. I mean, apparently in this. So, real good movie. I would definitely recommend it. If you've not seen that, rent it right away. And I may be with you. I may buy it. Probably not. I'll probably borrow it.
Yeah, I'm not.
Can I borrow it?
No. I've bought fewer DVDs and Blu-rays.
I haven't bought a Blu-ray since.
I remember. I can tell you the last
Avatar.
The last Blu-ray I bought, Best Buy had the Watchmen Director's Cut on sale for $12.99 on Blu-ray, and I bought.
That's a pretty good deal, actually. I don't. Ever since Netflix, I think my DVD collection went almost out the window.
And movies that I really enjoy, like The Hangover, I buy stuff like that. But and I have quite an extensive collection.
Yeah, I used to. I was working my way up, but now it's just like, I'll rent them, and if I really want them, I'll go buy them.
Yeah. So we've also got Nightmare on Elm Street, the new one with Jackie Earl Haley as Freddy Krueger. Looking forward to seeing that. I'm probably not one I want to check out in the theaters, but definitely pick it up on Netflix. The Pink Panther 2.
But
Yeah.
First one wasn't any good.
Yeah,
it's a remake anyways.
Never saw the first one.
Yeah.
And then Splice, y'all said Adrian Brody was in that.
Yes.
Which it cannot be any worse than Predators. But aliens and stuff like that's going on. The 5 Rocky movies coming out on Blu-ray. And then Blair Witch is coming out on Blu-ray, which again I just brought that up because why would you put that movie on Blu-ray? Why do you need to see that high def?
Why would you put that movie? Remember how big that was though when it came out?
Oh yeah.
And how little money they spent on it, and how much it made.
I do a deal about urban legends in class, and that's one of the things I talk about is how when that movie came out, people were convinced it was true. Like they had to bring. That's why they brought the people out on like David Letterman to here they are. They're real. No,
they're not dead. They're not dead. They're not in a corner somewhere.
People. That's the Blair Witch 2, which I know a lot of people didn't like it. I thought it was pretty good. They're making fun of the fact that people would go to Massachusetts to this place looking for the survivor. See if they could find them. So that's just messed up.
A little bit.
Yeah, and then my favorite Disney movie of all time, Beauty and the Beast, is coming out on Blu-ray on the Diamond Edition. It's going to have the theatrical version, the high-def version, the IMAX version, the sing-along version, whatever.
I can't wait for
choose your own adventure.
Choose your own adventure.
Can't wait for the Wii
if you
to come
want
out.
to drink out of the talking teacup, but I love Beauty and the Beast and
Beauty.
remember '92
and
Beauty and the Beast is what really Little Mermaid came out a year or two before, and everybody's like, "Oh, Disney movies are good."
Yeah.
Again. Then Beauty and the Beast,
Then Lion King.
and then is Aladdin, wasn't it? And then Lion King.
Yeah, all 4 of them.
And that was that's the big 4 people kind of point to. And then after that, we got into the Toy Story, and stuff like
Pixar
that. Which
took over.
Yeah, which Toy Story 3 was just announced that they overtook Shrek 3 as the highest grossing animated movie of all time.
Toy Story 3 did?
Yeah. And still,
Are they counting inflation on that, or is that just...
I'm sure they do because, Avatar, highest grossing movie of all time, but if you adjust for inflation, it's not even in the top 75 or 80.
Yeah, well, fella.
So that's what's coming out on DVD. And Christmas gifts, for anybody who wants to give me one, that Beauty and the Beast Blu-ray would work. Movies and coming to theater. After The Social Network came out last week, it's really, really crappy choices. Life as We Know It with Katherine Heigl and Josh Duhamel.
It's going to be a cute date.
If you're expecting, like me,
Yeah.
I think
Well,
it looks like something.
not you per se, but your lovely wife.
Yes.
But it's these 2 single adults. They're friends die, and they name them both caregivers, and they end up staying with kids, and I'm
And
sure
hilarity
they fall. I'm
ensues.
sure they
Oh, yeah.
fall in love.
Well, honey, you got poo on your face.
Yeah, in one of the previews, the kid's like, I need to use the bathroom, and they grab the cap off of Josh Damon. He's like, I've had that since high school, and the kid poops in the hat. So
yeah.
not one I'll be rushing out to see. Secretariat.
That's going to be huge in this state.
Yeah, with Diane Lane, I know they're doing a premiere of it here for the World Equestrian Games.
Wow.
But it's about the horse and the woman, Penny Chinnery, played by Diane Lane, who bought the horse and stuff. So
What was that horse movie a few years ago?
Seabiscuit.
Seabiscuit.
Seabiscuit was awesome.
Yeah.
And the book
I've
was
got
awesome,
Seabiscuit. I don't need Secretariat.
Secretariat's going to be almost
Seabiscuit,
FYI.
one of the best nonfiction books I've read.
ever.
FYI.
Seabiscuit was good.
My Soul to
And
It's
Spider-Man.
good.
Spider-Man
Soggy.
rode a horse in that movie.
Soggy biscuits.
My Soul to Take is the other one. That's the Wes Craven. I don't know
3D?
if he directed it or produced it, but it's a horror movie. A serial killer returns, and these 7 children that were born on the day he supposedly died start.
Oh, it
dying.
is in 3D. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Sounds like I don't care.
Sounds like I don't like it. So
And then, as far as games go, we got Def Jam Rap Star.
Yeah,
What-
boy.
Wiggity wiggity whack. You can rap and unleash your inner Jay Z.
who wouldn't want to do that?
I know.
What did we who were the 2 kids that wore their crisscross? I hope
Make
they
it
have
jump,
Make
jump.
you
Yeah,
jump.
I wish they had their group.
Yeah, I miss
or their
Kid
song
and
on it.
Play.
I miss Belle Biv DeVoe.
I miss
Poison.
Webster.
All right, so moving on.
Game also coming out with games.
Webster?
The somewhere Emmanuel Lewis is Emmanuel Lewis still alive?
Probably not.
Somewhere
I
he's
think
like,
so.
they remember me.
Emmanuel, we got you, baby. Give us a shout out, MPP.
We got a special guest on it.
Oh my
Gosh,
gosh.
that would be awesome.
He just pop his little head up and be like, "Hey, guys."
Wasn't he like Michael Jackson?
What was it? What was the last name?
He had the little gate, the little.
George Stephanopoulos? Or
No,
Papa-
Papa something.
Papa Shango?
something? All right, let's go. New releases. Let's keep it going.
We've got the battle of the NBA games. NBA 2K11 comes out.
There is
and
no
NBA,
battle. It's
NBA Elite 11.
So NBA 2K, right?
NBA
NBA 2K11.
Jordan.
NBA, the Jordan challenges are on there. And then NBA Elite 11, if you buy it, you get the NBA Jam with that.
I heard it's the
PS3
Jam.
And Xbox. But it's not the full game. Wii owners get the full game. The version you're going to get with PS3 and Xbox is just like the challenge mode. You don't get all the other.
He's on fire.
Nobody cares
He's
about
heating
EA
up.
basketball games anymore.
Yeah,
Nail in the
I'm there with
coffin.
you. I buy them sometimes, but I don't really do anything with them. And also, I need to mention something else here, just real quick. Basically, if you we do this in Berea, Kentucky, and these wonderful little new squirrely light bulbs here. If you are Berea Municipal Utilities, they will let you bring those in, bring in a copy of your bill,
Switched on it now.
and they will
Amazed.
exchange your old light bulbs for these. So that's something cool that you can do now, and save a little bit of money, help out on the electric bill. I know I have a bunch of those. I bought a bunch of them at Sam's a while back, and
How's old Sam doing?
Sam is doing wonderful. Sam's got all kinds of crap there too. Like,
In bulk.
in bulk, he meets all of
About
my
8
dog
pounds of
needs,
Cheerios there.
my candy bar needs,
Can I get a trough
my
filled
bagel
with?
needs, and my dad's cheese Danish needs.
He does like his cheese danishes.
So,
What a
ooh, I
great
have another
man
good
Boyd
question.
is.
So that's new releases. Anything else you want to see, check us out at neverpresspause.com. If you want to see what's going on locally, check out BreaOnline.com or RichmondConnected.com.
All right, thank you very much with the new releases. Grant, we've done grind our gears already. Now let's get into the, what was it, GameSpot? Doing the top 25 villains in a bracket style. I don't even know if it was the top 25. What was it? Started off with the top 32 and worked its way bracket style down just like the NCAA basketball tournament. So let's go ahead and talk about that real quick on GameSpot, and we'll work our way down from the Elite 8 to the Final 2, and that is still going on as we are recording tonight. It should be over by the time this one airs, but
I think it's over Friday.
Okay, it's over Friday, so I cannot keep you past 4:30. All right, in round 4, we had Gandorf and the Joker.
Ganondorf.
That's what I said. Did you not hear me?
No.
Oh, okay. Ganondorf and the Joker. So, Ganondorf coming from The Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess. And we have the Joker from the Arkham Asylum Batman. Came out for PS3, and we talked about how much we like that. Okay, I know I picked the Joker in this one.
Joker, but is Ganondorf, isn't he like the bad guy in all the Zeldas? Or is he not? I haven't played
I
that
thought
game.
Ganon was like a giant smoke monster in the original
I thought
one.
Ganon was a quarterback for the Oakland Raiders.
He may be also, so. But he's actually for Twilight Princess in the Wii version. So, fan favorite is the Joker from the Batman series with a 55.4% favorite. So, next up, we have Diablo versus Darth Vader. And Diablo, of course, from Diablo 2. And Star Wars The Force Unleashed. Darth Vader's from that. Never played Diablo. Asking you about that earlier. Darth Vader, of course, for me anyways. I love Star Wars.
Yeah,
so.
I'm going Darth Vader.
Darth Vader, and...
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader it is. Darth Vader wins that one. And it was a close race. 50.4 to 49.6 on the fan votes. Next up, we have Kerrigan, and that is from Starcraft II and 1, and Bowser from Mario Brothers.
This one surprised me who won.
Yeah, I'm voting Bowser.
I can't believe, Bowser's like the original villain. Like
Yeah,
he's the
he-
original gangster.
No, I think the original
it
villain would be
OG?
Donkey Kong.
Yeah, Donkey Kong would, yeah.
You know who? No. The original villain.
the
The
computer
original
against
villains
Kong.
are the ghosts and Pac-Man.
They were on here, and they got beat out in the first round.
No,
Yeah, Kerrigan.
I'm calling shenanigans.
Kerrigan ran through this thing.
I do,
Starcraft II, she
Mario
is a bad villain. though.
Mario just never gets old. I'm really surprised that the Mario
Well, I
fan
think
base
also all
But
the
here's
Star-
my thing is how many 40-year-olds that played Mario, they're younger, or out here on IGN or GameSpot
obviously
voting.
it seems like newer. I was kind of. The most recent villains look like a
they had a little bit
Well,
of a
I think
favorite.
also, how many people are playing StarCraft 2 now?
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
hot game, of
Yeah.
course.
And you nailed it. So, and Kerrigan, of course, goes on to the elite or the Final Four with that one. Next, we have General Raam.
Raam.
Raam. It's double A. It's pronounced Raam. Like how much Raam?
Ramrod.
From Gears of War. And we also have Dr. Bryn from Half-Life 2. Never played Half-Life 2.
Brain.
Half-Life 2 and the original Half-Life. Oh, pretty awesome.
So, of course, I've not played the other
I've
one.
never played any Half-Life.
I don't even know that I remember
I have played
General Raam.
General Ram at the end of Gears of War it was hard. He was a tough guy to beat.
I was going to say, I've
Gears
played,
1, right?
Yeah.
I beat Gears 2. I never beat Gears 1.
Gears 1, you were on a train and he was like shooting stuff at you and it was hard. And but that was like really his only
Big scene.
yeah. It was,
So,
he kind of showed up here and there throughout the story and there would be like a cutscene with him choking somebody, but that's the only game he was in. So
well, he was the fan favorite with 50.3% of the votes over 49.7%. So then we get into round 5 or the final 4, and we've got the Joker from Arkham Asylum paired up against Kerrigan from StarCraft 2. And all right, I'm going to go ahead and talk about this. Joker, creepy, going in the Arkham Asylum, going into his little show where he had the TV monitor on him.
Yeah.
Okay, that kind of
Saw
creeped me
style?
out. Yeah, like Saw style. That kind of creeped me out. Really good bad guy, and then the ending to that game and him steroiding up
Yeah, it's a little crazy.
just really ruined it for me.
But he was a good villain.
Yeah, he was a great villain.
He was a great
throughout that.
villain. I would vote for him.
So he probably would have gotten my vote. Kerrigan was pretty awesome though in this game.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
where we didn't play the first StarCraft, we
Yeah.
don't really know her backstory.
So
So,
she was
I
a
know the
ghost.
backstory.
she was not a
Nerdville,
ghost.
and he
Pretty-
is
yeah, she
played
was
it.
a
Well, I
ghost.
played
Yeah.
the first StarCraft.
I know, but I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
punch you.
I know, and I hear you. Okay, so Kerrigan wins with 55.2%, and like you said, going back to probably the more recent popular game. And next up in the final 4, we have Darth Vader facing off against General Raam. I'm going Darth Vader all the way, even though how many Star Wars games are there? And Darth Vader's a bad guy, so
Darth Vader.
Yeah, and there's not really any real good Star Wars games with Darth Vader in it, so I don't really understand.
Darth Vader.
I mean, Lego Star Wars.
It's almost like they were just saying, yeah, he's a villain in movies, so we're going to vote for him.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. And he was a bad guy, but it's going with his apprentice in the Force Unleashed, so I don't know where they're coming off. Darth Vader does edge that one out, 60, not edge that one out, he destroys General Raam, 65% to 34%. And in our final round, which voting will end Friday, is Kerrigan versus Darth Vader, and she is off to a demanding lead, 60.7% of the votes already going her way. It's probably almost already over. I know I voted over Darth Vader in the finals, so
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader. So any of you Darth Vader fans out there, make sure you check it out and see what happens. And that is our all-time greatest game villains on GameSpot. So a little bit of that. How much?
You know who I didn't see on there?
Left.
That I really like? Goro. Remember Goro from Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
He had four arms.
No. They had a Mortal Kombat guy on there, though.
Shao Kahn or
Yeah.
something.
Shao Kahn.
Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan.
So
All right, guys. Well, that is our 25, or the villains from GameSpot ever. And like I said, it was bracket style. It was pretty cool. And we are going to get to comments and concerns from our fans.
yeah, so I got a couple of questions. These are music-related questions.
What?
A little bit. One of them is one of our colleagues, Missy. Always talks about wishing she had somebody follow her around with a boombox to play her theme song as she walked around. And so she asked, guys, if you had a theme song, what would it be?
Ooh. My theme song would definitely have to be Let Me Be Your Hero by Enrique Iglesias.
You'd have to have somebody walk around with a fan, too.
I would have to have somebody whisper that into my ear. Let me be your hero. How awesome would that be? Let me be your hero. Let me be your hero. 'Cause I can be your... Okay, I'll stop. I will never do that to you guys again. Yeah, that's probably my theme song.
Like Staying Alive.
By the Bee Gees?
Heck yeah.
All right. Weird.
I think I'm going to have to go with...
It's good strutting music.
It is good
It
strutting
is good
music.
strutting music.
I think I'm going to have to go with Ba with the Ba by Kid Rock. That beginning part where it's like all grainy and stuff, and I can just picture like fireworks going off and the drums kick in. I just walk through the door.
Do you kick the door down or you
Yes,
just
kick
walk
the
in?
door
Like
down.
Jeremy would always be fighting people.
Yeah, I just feel like you're going to hurt somebody.
I couldn't
What
go
if-
to sleep if that was
What
always
if
on.
that music's playing outside and the fireworks are going off, and then all of a sudden it cuts to Jeremy and he's like knocking on the door.
Yeah,
He's like,
or I need in,
help,
please.
Open the door, please.
Also, I could say Sexy Back because I could do a mean shopping cart to that. But
I don't doubt that. I honestly would probably we don't pump our gas, we pump our fist. Little in-house DJ remix from Jersey, so get a little fist pump in there. Anything techno, but yeah. So
and we've got one more question, another song related.
did
question.
she happen to put her theme song on there?
No, she didn't. No, she didn't.
Man, that would have been.
But
great.
this question is from Angie, and I thought this was a really great question based on our last discussion, and it made me think. You guys are teachers. If you're live for an episode of Glee, what song would you break out into in the middle of teaching?
Very good.
Staying Alive, baby.
Let me be your hero.
I can see Bailey doing like "Let's Get Physical" or something.
Oh man,
In PE
yes.
class.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's get
Jogging.
What did we used to listen to in our PE class? My gym teacher, he would always have this little thing, and he'd hit it once or twice to move and stop. And it was the theme song to Eddie Murphy, 48 Hours.
The boys are back in town.
No,
I don't know.
it was like a beat. Oh, I can't remember it. Oh, it's gonna drive
Bad
me.
Boys.
No, oh man.
Axel F. That's Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah, Beverly Hills Cop. That's what it
Yeah,
was.
Axel
How
F.
did it go?
Dun, 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 dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun.
dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun. And he had his big beard, and he always wanted to just go cross country skiing.
Actually, I would have to say that my Glee moment came today. DuckTales.
We did break out DuckTales in class today, and it was awesome.
Theme song to DuckTales.
So, yeah, I really
That
enjoyed
would be
that
a
one.
good one.
When you were in PE class at Foley, did they do the whole boot scoot and boogie?
Yeah, they did that.
I never want to hear that song again because like 2 months we listened to boot scoot and boogie for 2 months straight learning to line dance, and I
So,
oh, gosh.
yeah, thanks for sending in the questions. Keep it up. We'll let you know when we're recording, and we're going to be on the whole time. Keep sending questions. We like answering stuff like that.
Absolutely, and hopefully we're going to start streaming live in our next couple of episodes. So hopefully we can get that going. Guys, don't forget, any questions, comments, concerns, we will have our Facebook pages up from now on while recording. We'll let you know when that's going on. You can also hit us up at neverpresspause@yahoo.com. That is our email. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at neverpresspause, and don't forget to check us out on our website, neverpresspause.com, or check us out on BreaOnline.com. Once again, thanks to Hembree Studio. Thank you two. Had a great time. Episode 8 is in the books. Anything else you guys want to say, or do you guys want to say goodnight?
Good night, America.
Good.
Good night, San Diego.
And remember, fans, never press pause.